Good morning, traders. I am Ricky Gaspard, and I am your host. And I'm a guy who trades from his home office. And I'm also a ThinkScript coder. And everything you see on the screen, except for a couple of little moving averages, I coded. Anyhow, welcome to pre-market. We'll be watching this pre-market scan here. This is a script that comes with ThinkorSwim if you know how to load it. Down here is a custom ThinkorSwim pre-market scan, custom coded, and it takes into consideration the stocks that were moving in yesterday's after hours trading. We'll be sorted by volume, highest to lowest this morning. We'll be watching for volume spikes over here. Once we see a volume spike, we will click on it and check the volume and make sure we have enough volume to get in and get out safely. What I mean by that is that the volume has to be moving. It has to be a nice flow. Buyers and sellers are interested. The number's really moving. Once we confirm we have that volume, we watch to see if these two moving averages have crossed over. This is the 5 EMA and the 13 EMA, and usually if they're spiking, it's already crossed over. Then we watch for these white arrows to pop in. That tells us buyers are coming in. I'll be marking support and resistance levels like so. This would be a resistance level. As the price rises and starts reversing, I will plot this resistance line. Once it pulls back and stops, I will mark a support level, and down here at the support level is where we plan our entry. But we don't click the mouse button until we confirm down here that in Dominator Master, which is our volume indicator, we got to make sure it has enough green bars in it and tall green bars before we click that mouse button to buy. We want to make sure the buyers are coming in and not just guessing if it's going to go up or not. Down here's the My Blessing indicator. This is a MACD based indicator I created. This is the trend of the stock. This yellow line is the center point between the high and the low of the price. And this green and red line is the buyers and the sellers. So once all of this lines up, we get a volume spike. We check the volume. We look for the pullback on the price. I'll be marking support and resistance levels. Your entry price is down here on support. We confirm the green bars, and we like to see these two indicators pointing north. That's when we decide if we want to get in or not. If you just watch along, you will see as stocks move. We'll be doing this regularly each morning. So make sure you join us each morning. You can learn this. It's not as difficult as I make it sound. It's just a matter of spike. Yes, it has volume. The lines are crossed over. We have white lines. It's green and green. Also, never trade off of my screen. My screen is sometimes delayed, and delays can cost you money. I'm also not a financial advisor. Before you use any of my tools, recommendations, don't listen to my words. Make sure that you use your own decision and reach out to a professional licensed financial advisor before you make any decision to trade off of anything that I show or tell you on this channel. Trading is not easy. You could lose some of all of your money. So just make sure that you confirm everything before you decide to trade. And thank you for joining me this morning. I haven't seen much moving this morning. Maybe one or two giving it a little bump up and then stopping. It may be another tough day ahead of us, but we will see what happens. Hopefully we'll get a couple of plays in, make a few dollars, drink some coffee, and enjoy the morning. We have about 30 seconds to go. Good luck to you. Watch out for volume spikes on this column. Don't just click the mouse button because it's moving. Make certain of your decision. Looks like SYTA may be wanting to do something here. I'm watching these volume spike numbers for anything that may be moving or growing. We want these percentages to rise. PEGY, that one popped up yesterday, didn't do very much. Looks like it might not do very much this morning. Right now, it's the stock that's trading the most volume on this scan. RGLS over here, another cheaper stock, 44 cents. Right now, we're waiting for a pullback. If it pulls back, I will mark the resistance level and then the support level. And down here on support is where you want to plan your entry. Another opportunity to get in is to watch this red candle. And if a long wick develops on the bottom, that means the buyers are buying up what they're selling and they could drive the price up even higher. Don't see a wick forming on the bottom. SYTA did decide to take off. Rising on up. We did not get a clean pullback on this play. Pretty much you'd have to chase green candles now, and I strongly suggest you don't. So now we're waiting on another pullback. Slowly the buyers are holding the price up. I'm watching the volume. It's not real strong right now. It was stronger on the previous candle. It seems to be dying off a little. Continuing to go up with the buyers. Not moving very fast. Keeping my eye down here, the buyers are coming in. When this one line starts rolling over and see red, that might be a good entry or a good exit. Not entry, exit. Slowly rising in price, 253 for a new high, 254, 255, 58, 60. Continuing to climb. Volume did drop off a little from that last previous candle, but the buyers are still there driving it up. Long wick on the top means that the profit takers are taking some profit. Continuing to drop for more profit taking. If it drops down low enough, I will set a resistance line. Looks like the buyers may come back in and drive it right back up. Watching these dominator bars, they're continually being green. If you see a red one down here, it might be a signal to exit the trade. You see this rolling over and it turns red, it's a signal to exit the trade. We are scalping for profits. We're not buying and holding unless you are a brave soul. Starting to pull back. Red bar trying to come in. Red candle. This line is rolled over and is now red. Always take profits on the way up. You can probably hang on to a few if you want to see if it continues to rise, but I would take quite a bit of the profit up here near the top. Pushing up a little more, maybe we'll get a new high. 277. It was a quick 277. You would have had to been mighty fast. Another new high, 280, 284. You can see the indicators turn back green bars. This one went away. It was red looking down. Now it's back up. Profit takers have a wick on the top of this candle. Make sure you're locking in your profits. Another new high, 295, 296, $3. That $3 was a spike. You probably would have never caught it. Marshall, I'll be using it at the 7 o'clock hour once YouTube ends. Good job, Picasso. Maybe more buyers. Let's see if they can bring it in. Drive it up. Indicators are looking good. I'm going to say we're near a top though. So if you're in profit, take it. We don't try to call the tops. We don't try to call the bottoms. We get our piece in the middle. That way we're safely getting in and getting out. You will leave some on the table sometimes, but that's okay. You got a slice of the pie, and that's all that matters. Going on up to 310. Good job, Dean. Not a bad little run for the start of the morning. Thank you, Lord. So we got in a little bit late, right around in this area. If I can get my mouse to move. I didn't click on it till it was already rising, but we still were able to get, I don't know, 15, 20 cents out of it. Maybe 30 if you're lucky. Holding 294, that's a good sign. We may go up a little higher, just got to be patient and wait. Watching these indicators to see if they turn back around. Because we never try to nail the tops, so deciding how long to hold is to each individual trader. If you buy enough shares, make enough profit, and you feel comfortable, that's when I say get out. It doesn't matter how much further it goes. I know it hurts to leave money on the table, but if you got a clean piece of it, you did very well. Watching for percentages. I'm going to go ahead, since it's a slow morning, let's go ahead and sort by the volume spike indicator. And we'll be watching for these numbers to move. Once they start moving, I'll click on them. Some mornings it's best to sort by volume, and because you have a lot of movers going, but this morning we got one or two maybe. So we'll try to catch the numbers growing. SYTA holding this price level at 294. It is bumping the underside of resistance. That's this line here. We could break through. We could drop down either direction. It all depends on the buyers and the sellers. Make sure you put SYTA in your personal watch list so we can keep an eye on it for the rest of the morning. It may move again later, so you want to add it to your personal watch list. You want to keep track of all the stocks that move in pre-market. Chances are they're the ones that's going to move at market open. Watching this bottom indicator here to see if it turns around. Looks like we're going to be channeling to the right for a while. CCG trying to move up. I'm not really liking the activity of this stock. It's been pretty violent. It's kind of like we get these little runs up and drastic pullbacks, a little run up, a pullback, a run up, a pullback. So will it pull back here? Let's go ahead and set that resistance line. If you haven't seen Magic Scan, this scan keeps up with what's moving in the mornings and during the day. It's a great scan to have on your screen. So far, it's CCG and SYTA. CCG now pushing above $1.79. Let's see if we can stay above it. I'd like to see a retest of $1.80 down here, but it may just continue to run. Red dominator bar coming in. Just be careful here if you got in because of these sudden pullbacks after each spike up. Continuing to go up to $1.90. More buyers coming in. Up to $1.99. $1.94. Red dominator bar coming in. Disappeared, went back green. Was just a quick flash on my end. Up to 202. No chance of a pullback on this one. You would have had to chase green candles to get in. Tall wick on the top. That's never a good sign. Right up here is a tall wick. It keeps forming and filling back up. Looks like a red candle coming in from profit takers. So if you're in profit, you should be taking some at this point. Good job, Leo. Few more buyers coming in. Let's see if we can break for a new high. 203, 204. Showing weakness now. It's not, doesn't have the strength it had before on the run up. I would definitely get out of this one and then it'll go up some more. You can see the red candle coming in. Just remember, you don't have to take my advice. I'm just calling what I see. You play your trades for what you see. That's the whole point of these live streams, for you to learn how to do this. Remember, I'm not the professional you are. So CCG goes into your personal watch list. Take a quick look at SYTA. Still in that channel. Still kind of moving sideways. CCG appears to have found its resting spot up there at the top. Watching back at these volume spikes to see if any of them are moving. That's what I'm doing at this current time while I sip my coffee and wait on some more money to come to me. Good job, Dean. Nature therapy film, sometimes it's what the buyers see moving, not necessarily news. If you follow the buyers and sellers, we have stocks that move without any news sometimes. Just all depends on what they decide to buy. If somebody buys it and a green candle appears, everybody attacks it if they find it. And it goes up for a few cents and right back down. And Martina's correct. It had news yesterday. It just could be carryover. Well, it looks like we've gone to a standstill. I don't see any volume spikes happening at the moment. Relax, enjoy your coffee. We'll wait on the next one. Looks like more buyers have found CCG, driving it up a little. Watching this indicator turn around. Watching the green bars coming in. Up to 214. Looks like he got a breath of fresh air and took off again. Be careful up at these levels. It could pull back drastically. Or it could fly like a bottle rocket. I'm seeing red tip on this candle, on this bar. My blessing is pointing upwards slightly. Big tall green bar, maybe another push here. Let's see if we get it. Looks like that might have been a run of the investors that found it late. But we don't care when they find it as long as they drive it up. Pulling back slightly. I'll take a look at TEL. It's not in my list. TEL does not have volume. Make sure you check the volume on these stocks. If you don't, then it's just a waste of time. We want to see lots of volume. There's a jump up on CCG to 222. Driving it up again to 224. 225. More buyers are coming in. 230. Nice jump up to 238, but it was a spike. It would have been hard to catch it. Probably going to start getting pretty volatile up here. Long wick on the top. That's a lot of profit takers. Good job, YouTube. Go explore. I do not discuss warrants and dilution. I am a volume price action trader. That's all I care about, is where the buyers and the sellers are. My theory is if you can find the buyers and the sellers, you have an opportunity to make money. Holding 228, 229 in that zone. I'm watching the bars down here. My blessing indicator starting to roll over. If you are new to this YouTube channel, I stream live every morning for 1 hour for free. Then I continue over on our premium service on Discord for another 2.5 hours. Sometimes I hang in there a little bit longer if the market is good. Here lately it hasn't been, but we're still pulling profits out no matter what. So if you haven't joined our Discord, the link is up there at the top of that chat box you type in. Go over there, join for free, and talk to some of the investors. If you decide to upgrade, we'd love to have you on board. You get access to all kind of scans and tools and scripts and labels. And every so often, every 3 or 4 months, I put out a premium indicator that just kind of takes things to a new level. These are two of the indicators right here. This V4 indicator is what you're seeing on the screen. So this YouTube stream will end at 6:55. We did get 2 plays in this morning. I don't think we got any in yesterday morning. Maybe a small one, if I can recall. So not bad for today. CCG now selling off. SYTA sold off a little bit. Now trying to pull back up to that 295 level. I wouldn't chance it at this point. We're on the back side of a run up. This could just be creating a lower high. If SYTA breaks 295, it could get interesting again. Watching these volume spike numbers for anything that might be growing, increasing. Not currently seeing anything else. CCG, possibility it could go up and retest 230. All right, we're in the quiet moment, it looks like. VSC stands for volume spike colored, and I have the colored turned off. I have it where it will highlight the background in gray if a spike occurs over, I believe, 2%. But if you don't know, I have vision issues. Sometimes colors really mess with my eyes, so I turned it off. I'm good with watching the numbers. So this indicator is watching for volume. That's where the price is moving up. That's the green color. In pre-market, I buy stocks that are moving up, not going down. So I have the red turned off. That's why you're not seeing any decreasing stocks. I'm trying to limit the list for my vision. We did make it back up there almost to that 230. We may push through it. I kind of figured that would happen when I called it out earlier. It's a retest of 230. It is now resistance. Let's see if we can break through for new highs. Watching the dominator bars are coming in green. My blessing indicator is pointing north. Tall dominator bar coming in. Those are buyers. And somebody dropped a sell on us. Back underneath 230 resistance. CCG rising to a new high at 242. See if we can get another new high out of this. I'm watching my blessing is rolling over. So we're getting weaker. Green dominator bar coming in. Push for a new high of 245. Starting to get a little bit bouncy on us. Wicks on the top are forming. Those are profit takers. Maybe we'll get a retest of 230. We may pull right back down to 230. My two pre-market scans, the top one you see on the top left is just the standard after hours script you put in on that comes with ThinkorSwim. The bottom one is coded by me. It also takes into consideration stocks that were moving in yesterday's after hours trading. Sometimes these two scans will be the same stock. Sometimes they'll be different. It all depends on yesterday's movement. New high at 248. We are showing weakness up here at this level, so be careful. 252. A lot of profit takers up here. We're in new ground, new territory. I think we might see a retest of 230 coming up here soon. So it may pull back. No volume spikes currently moving. Nice job, Torona. Looks like we may be selling off here or going back down to that retest of 230 I said earlier. We did spike down pretty close to it. If we can stay above 230, there may be more to come later. Not seeing any volume spikes at the moment. We are retesting that 230 again. We need to stay above it on CCG. ASTS is right here in Magic Scan. I've been watching it. It's been bouncing up and down, not real strong yet. I'll go ahead and mark out the last pullback, which was here. Slowly crawling up. Wish the volume flow was a little bit better than what it is. Still moving up. New high 634. I'm going to stay out of this one just because the volume is not where I like it to be. New high 637. Slow moving. All right, YouTubers, I'm glad I was able to put you on a couple of stocks this morning. Join me again tomorrow morning at 5:55 a.m. Central Time, and we'll do this all over again. If you see that this benefits you, this style of trading, you can join us over on our Discord channel. The link is up there at the top of the chat window, that white with a green stripe, a yellow stripe down the middle of it. You can go over there, sign up for free, talk to any investor over there. They're monitoring all the channels. Ask them if we're any good, or just hang around here each morning. You'll figure it out yourself. We'd love to have you on board. I thank you for joining me this morning, and as always, God bless.